Crypto has been absolutely tanking, and yet this is an amazing thing. At least it's an amazing thing for those of you who think correctly about this. For many new people in crypto, this will absolutely wreck them. Crypto is going to go massively up, and it's going to be this year. The underlying fundamentals are setting up perfectly for a massive run that comes every 4 years and has since 2013. Those that are doubting it are not looking deeper, and they will absolutely be left in the dust to their own detriment. So today, let's talk about what is happening. Welcome to the Crypto Rain channel and our family. If you, like me, came into crypto because you realized there's massive potential here for life-changing gains over a greater 4 to 8 year period, and you're looking for discussions on becoming a solid, unshakable crypto investor, you're in exactly the right place and with the right family. Now, the reason I created this channel is because I was once in the crypto space 8 years ago. And back then, I was looking for a crypto channel and network or group that understood crypto as an investment and discussed the most important things like the overall 4-year investment cycle, specific projects and the pros and cons of those projects, especially undervalued projects, which almost nobody covers. But what are the risks of those projects? What are the guesses of the upside if they came together? And I didn't find that, so we created it. And I say we because it's not just me anymore. It's a family of rainmakers, and you'll see them here in the chat. You will see some in our free Telegram group. Now, the problem with the free Telegram group is it is free. We have so many scammers that join and try to get you to click on links. So it doesn't give very much support in the free Telegram group these days. But there is a link to that below. You will definitely find everyone in our private Patreon group that allows you access to our Rainmaker private Discord. And the private Discord is where the best discussion and best info is. There are many other benefits too, but you will have to join us to find out. Do note, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm a crypto investor myself. I want to give a big shout out to our strategic partners right here, OneChain and Definity. These strategic partners give me great access to insights from the team, as well as tokens to give away when we do our Friday live streams, which is today. So we will be giving away some tokens for those of you that are here. Whoever gets the answers first will get them. Now, make it rain on that like button and strap in for the show. Now, why is it that so many don't make it rich in crypto? I've thought about this for years and years now. The big reason is periods like this. The altcoin markets are punishingly low right now after massive sell-offs. But why would you sell right now? Well, only because prices are down. Now, there are some concerns about the U.S. charging reciprocal tariffs and how that may start a global trade war. And so prices started heading down, which causes further panic. People selling and prices to head further down, especially as leveraged longs get liquidated. They then have to buy to cover their position, and that cascades things down further. But always keep at the forefront of your mind, number one, well, aside from this, don't use leverage. It will wreck you. Number two, well, these two principles, number one and number two of these principles is this. These are the number one and number two principles of investing. And if you're not doing this, it goes very poorly with you. So principle number one is buy low. Principle number two is sell high. So let me ask you, are the prices right now high? No. So is it sell time? No. Are the prices low? Yes. So is it buy time? Yes. Now, this is only if you want to do things right, because lots of people do not actually want to do things right. They want to do exactly what their emotions are telling them to do, and this is why it goes so poorly for them. Yes, it is really this simple. Now, you may say, but Rain, it seems 90% of people are selling right now. Why would I then be buying? Well, you may be correct. Perhaps 90% of people are selling right now. I don't know what the number of people selling right now. But remember, almost 90% of people do extremely poorly or actually lose massively in crypto. they're selling low, which if they're selling right now, they are actually doing the most important principles of investing completely backwards. But Rain, what if the bull market is already over? Well, that's a great question. There is a chance that the bull market is already over. Now, I'd give it about a 2% chance, but it could be over. Just like I'd give it about a 2% chance that we are all in a thermonuclear war in the coming year. Both of those are disastrously bad for our finances in the crypto space. One of them particularly bad for everything, but there is some possibility. If there was zero risk, which there never is, there would be next to zero reward. So yes, there are some risks, but the bull market top has not even come close to happening yet. The U.S. and the U.S. government has never been so pro-crypto friendly ever. For forever, they just ignored crypto. Then under Joe Biden, they went very, very anti-crypto, trying to do every sneaky thing they could to destroy crypto, and made it so U.S. people were the redheaded stepchildren of the crypto world. U.S. people barred from most of the major exchanges out there, make it very hard, and all of this is changing. In fact, the current U.S. administration is looking to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. This is all so extremely bullish for crypto, but not quite yet. There are some other priorities, which is getting reciprocal tariffs balanced out. So President Trump of the U.S. thinks that tariffs are being charged, and they are. Like, Europe taxes certain U.S. imports really, really highly with no reciprocation. And so he's either trying to get those dropped, which is, I think, his end goal, or have just a reciprocal tariff in there then, so that both countries are punished. So all of this stuff gets worked out. And this happened the first Trump administration too. It was just so long ago. You may have forgot that it happened, and it affected the crypto markets tremendously back in 2017. Now, I hadn't quite started my crypto journey yet, so I wasn't even aware this had happened, because I came in October 2017, and a lot of this had happened in June and July of 2017. So I wasn't there when this had happened before, but all this had happened before as Trump renegotiated some things, like all the shenanigans that were going on with North Korea, all the press freaking out everybody that we were going to be in thermonuclear war within, 2 weeks, because Trump trying to get things settled with North Korea. And he was effective. North Korea stopped doing the stuff they were doing, and his negotiations worked. I think a lot of this stuff will calm and simmer down, but there is some risk. Just know the U.S. has never been so pro-crypto ever, and the regulation from the U.S. is coming. These things just take time. All right, let me catch up on the comments. Smile J says hello. Stay strong, people. Let's go. Hello, rainmakers. Buy. Well, buy low, sell high. It's really that simple, and prices are really low right now. So ... Yo, what's up, big dogs? Good to see you, VV Wheels. Randy Chavez joining in. Good to see you, Randy. Because I know it's going to moon one day. I'm in no rush. I will like more time to add more. I love the way you're thinking. Exactly. Big A. Really enjoyed playing off the grid with you. What's going on, Chris? Good to see you. All right. Let me share a chart with you. Let's go way back in time to 2017, which was forever ago. I accidentally just moved this line. Was not supposed to happen. There we go. All right. So back in 2017, crypto was starting to take off, and we had these little things happen. So Bitcoin had been slowly rising from its lows over here in $400 range and going up, went up to almost $1,200, and then disastrously dropped to $750, and it was proclaimed the end of the world. Oh my gosh, $1,200 to $750. It is over. And then it went up to $1,278 and right back down under $900 here, and people were freaking out. Well, then it slowly recovered. Trump is president this time, and he's renegotiating stuff with North Korea. And the press is every day freaking everybody out that the world is going to be at war with North Korea because they have nuclear weapons, and they're surely going to shoot off their nuclear weapons. And Trump doesn't know what he's doing, and he's an idiot. And everyone was confirming around the world was Trump was an idiot. And what happened? No thermonuclear war. And the Bitcoin market started to go crazy. And it went all the way up to $3,000. And then Trump's still president, and the media hated him. He's the worst ever. And I don't know what news this was, but probably some other tariff trade war that he was fixing. And it dropped significantly down to $1,800. You realize that is a 40% drop, and I'm sure it freaked everybody out. And then what happened? Right back up to almost $3,000, and then bounced around a little bit before breaking higher and continuing the uptrend. So here we are now in 2025, 8 years later, and guess what? People are freaking out. So it went up all the way to 73,000 here, and then just traded sideways and downwards, broke to the upside, and was off to the races again. Totally off to the races, breaking up to 108,000 and then coming down to $76,000. That's not even a 40% drop. I mean, come on, this is like child's play. Maybe it even goes down some more. I don't know. But what I do know is this is just temporary. Things are still going to go up. Unless we enter thermal nuclear war, that is bad for crypto. That is bad for everything. And there's always a chance of that. That chance is just really, really small. And so I don't play the small, probably like highly unlikely to happen odds, because if that happens, what is your money value going to be anyway? The only thing that'll be worthing is ammo, guns, water, food, and shelter. Those things will have massive value. Everything else will lose massive value. Your TVs, possibly worthless. Computers, perhaps not even work, as all the electrical components of everything get fried from thermal nuclear war. And yeah, if you're still alive, it is a changed world. Chances are that is not going to be what's happened. So why play those kind of chances? Like you're playing the bigger odds. Just like if you have an amazing hand, if you have 4 kings or even 4 aces in a hand, are there some hands in poker that beat that? Yeah, not much, not much. So wouldn't you go all in a situation like that? So is there a chance that the bull market is over? Yes, but look at this trend of how it plays out. Let me just move this back. I accidentally moved this line. There we go. So this is the general trend, and you see every year since 2013, well, even before that, we had this bull market, but that was not because the Bitcoin halving. The first Bitcoin halving happened in 2012, and then we had the 2013 bull run. Then the next Bitcoin halving happened in 2016, then we had the 2017 bull run. Then we had a Bitcoin halving in 2020, and then we had the 2021 bull run, which was a little bit odd. It had this interesting double peak top, which was interesting. And here we are on our way up now. Now, we might actually have a super cycle this time, but if not, we might not even hit this line, but we should get close. And close is almost 2x from here with Bitcoin, with altcoins usually doing far more than that. And we're not there yet. So is there a reason to be worried? Not really. Not really. This bull run is still going to happen. I've never seen the U.S. government so aligned behind crypto. There's so many things happening that are going to lead massive numbers of people to be able to buy easier. And look, what happens is green candles bring bigger green candles. And what will happen is sentiment will turn around. The world will be talking about crypto, and people will be following in like crazy. I remember having been around since October 2017. Then December 2017, the line to buy Bitcoin was like wrapping around the block of people lining up to buy Bitcoin at $20,000. And yet 2 years later, when Bitcoin was all the way down to $3,200, there was nobody in line to buy Bitcoin. So why is there such a big line of everyone to buy Bitcoin when it's at its all-time highs? Because green candles make people feel safe to buy, and they cause bigger green candles. Even though the real time to buy was 3,200. Remember I said buy low, sell high? What do people do? They buy high and then they sell low. That is what the general number of people do. And that's what your emotions will lead you to do if you follow your emotions. And it will lead you into a disaster situation. Myria C. Some people say there was a bull market. If you did not experience it, you were holding the wrong tokens narratives. What do you think about that? Okay. Yeah, some people say that. Now, realize that incentives for YouTube and Twitter are all wrong. The way you make money from your YouTube channel and the way you grow it tremendously is you tell people what they want to hear. You also tell people what gets people to click on your videos, whether or not it's true. Now, let me ask you, why are there not more super wealthy crypto traders on YouTube, ones that have actually made their wealth through investing in crypto with YouTube channels? Most of the people with YouTube channels, especially if it's a big channel, they make money from their YouTube channel, but they're not good investors. Their wealth has not come from their crypto trading, making millions or tens of millions from their crypto trading. Their million or whatever they make, $100,000, $200,000, $400,000 a year, come from their YouTube channel, not the other way around. Why? Well, because incentives are just misaligned. If you're really, really good at investing, you don't make near as much money from having a YouTube channel. If you're really good at getting people to watch your videos on YouTube, you're probably not a good investor, because you're telling people what they want to hear rather than what they need to hear, because people will click on the videos of the things they want to hear. And so, yes, lots of people said, oh my gosh, there was a bull run. There were some narrative runs. There's not a bigger bull run, just some narrative runs. So in October 2013, blockchain gaming absolutely took off. Was that the bull run? No, it wasn't. Last year in 2024, there was an AI narrative run, which has since collapsed back down. There was a meme coin run, which has collapsed back down. These were just some individual narrative runs. Bitcoin has only gone to 80,000 and then 106 or 108,000, which is about 5x the highs of 2017, but not even 2x the last highs. Why would it be such a short cycle run? It wouldn't be. Now, if I were making videos on that the bull run is over, I would get way more views. Do you know why I'd get way more views? Because it would scare people, and people will want to be able to see videos on that because it scares the heck out of them. So running negative news like that will actually get you more clicks than running the truth that most people are scared to hear right now, right? So if you confirm their bias, that they're scared that everything is over right now, will get way more views. And you'll be, they're already believing it because the price is going down. How could it be the opposite? So you'll get more subscribers. And if your goal is to build a really big YouTube channel with a bigger audience, that is exactly what you do, because the incentives are misaligned. You'll get higher percentage of people who see your video will click on it, watch it. Higher percent of people will stay through the whole video because you're confirming their bias and they want to hear what they're scared might be the truth. And then you get more subscribers from it, which is a great way to build a YouTube revenue stream. It's not a good way to think as an investor because it's not even true. Like, the bigger bull market hasn't happened yet. Many of these, there's a thing that happens in every massive run in the blow off top, where people dig deep for fundamentally strong projects. That hasn't happened yet. A lot of the run has just happened in these narratives, where the narratives have run and people have thrown money at dumb projects. And that still happens a greater bull run, but there's this cascade that happens as Bitcoin hits near its top. that then cascades into ETH and the other altcoins, and then it cascades further into significantly fundamentally strong projects. And that cascade has not happened yet. And that would be really odd for the bull run to have happened, and that hasn't happened yet. It hasn't. You haven't seen crazy FOMO yet. So you have seen some narrative runs. And that's true back in 2020. You had a narrative run of DeFi in the middle of still the bear market. It was not the bull market yet. One project went 1,000x in that environment is DeFi took off, and everything in DeFi absolutely took off. And yet that wasn't the greater bull run yet. The bull run didn't come till the very next year, about 9 months later from when the DeFi run happened. So we've seen some narrative runs, but we have not seen the greater bull market yet. So you're right. Some people say that, and they're just wrong. Mikey says, our fearless leader. Thank you, Mikey. Appreciate it. Really, I've just been doing cycle trading for 25 years now. And, I'm really good at two things, which is economics and the psychology of people behavior. I'm always fascinated by why we as human beings do things, and why we do some things that are smart and why we do so many things that are dumb. And the psychology of human behavior is fascinating to me. Now, I've been investing for 25 years now, and I've seen these cycles happen. What I like about crypto is that the cycles are relatively short, from 4 years, from beginning to end, 4 years. So most asset classes, the cycles are much, much longer. Like real estate, from top to top, can be 17 to 24 years long. Which means if it's 24 years long, means the bottom of the market might be after 12 years from the previous top, and then the full next top might be 12 years after the bottom of that market. And it is a smoother thing. It usually has a blow off top that goes quite extreme near the top, and then it just kind of slowly lowers more, and then more and more and more, as it then goes ultimately to disastrous lows, say anywhere from 8 to 12 years later. And real estate's much, much shorter. You don't have too much time on this earth. So real estate, if you're lucky, you get to experience 2 or 3 cycles. Well, in crypto, 2 or 3 cycles can happen. Two of them can happen in 8 years. 3 of them can happen in 12. It's just so much shorter. Full real estate cycle hasn't even happened by the time 3 crypto cycles have happened. So I love crypto's short cycle. I also love its amazing volatility. From the bottom to the top, the gains can be massive. You might buy something that goes 100x. You realize that doesn't happen in other asset classes, not in such a short amount of time. So from the bottom to the top might be, we actually have this real crazy period right now where it's still in the later part of the bull market, like 2/3 into the bull market, maybe only half, but probably 2/3 into the bull market. And yet some of these altcoins got so punished by the last 2 weeks that their prices are really equal to their bear market lows. And yet the top of the market might only be 3 months away. It might be 6 months away. Could be like 9 months away, but probably it's somewhere between 3 to 6 months is my guess. Worst case scenario, it rolls into 2026, and that's when it happens. But we're seeing the U.S. push forward legislation to really make it so massive money can come in from the U.S. into the crypto space. We haven't seen anything yet. That is still coming. Well, it is a Friday, and we do have some giveaways. So I hope you're all ready, because if you haven't been following our strategic partners on Twitter, what the heck are you doing? Because that's where our answers most often come from. So our first giveaway is from Won Chain, and the correct answer gets 500 won. So get ready. Now I have to go off of the first answer that comes onto my screen. So because there's no lag between when you type your answer and when it shows up on your screen, it may show up on your screen that you got the answer first. That is not the first answer. The first answer is the one that hits my screen first. Because there is latency between all of you and me, whoever hits my screen first is the one that wins, and the only thing that I can go off. So on Won Chain, there is currently a competition going on Won Chain with their X flows. That there's thousands of dollars given away. on this current competition. I think a total of $10,000. What are the 2 categories that you can compete in for this competition on Xflows? First person that gets that answer is our winner. Boy, you guys are on it. 3 answers right in a row, but Chris Ashby shows up first. Number of transactions and amount. So cross-chain volume, number of transactions, yes, same thing. Cross-chain and transactions, yes. Cross-chain volume and transactions, yes. So Chris Ashby, first answer. Good job there. Let me share with you exactly what this is all about. You see right here on their post, $10,000 Xflow competition leaderboards. Now, this one would be a really hard one to win on the volume because you probably don't have huge amounts. Or look, this address or this wallet has had almost $2 million in volume from their wallet. How are you going to compete on that? But you could try to compete on this one, where you're just doing really small transactions from your wallet back and forth. You might be able to compete on this one. This one, maybe some of you are in that category. You could, but some people have a massive head start on you if you haven't been paying attention. But Xflows is truly amazing because you can swap like Uniswap, but you can swap between things on different chains. So say you have USDC on one chain and you want USDT on another chain. You can swap it right through the Xflows app between the chains. It's amazing. And as more liquidity comes in, I imagine in the future you'll be able to trade a lot of tokens between things. Maybe even if you want the same token, but you want it on another chain. Well, already you can bridge it, but that might be an easy way of doing it too. So congratulations to OneChain. Their Xflows is absolutely amazing. I love the technology that they're doing. So OneChain, you're crushing it. I love them at OneChain and have for years, and they've been a great strategic partner. All these giveaways we've done, many of you have ended up with 500 won, thousands of won through winning multiple times. And OneChain in the future, previous highs was $2.40 from the last bull market. I think it exceeds those massively next time. So winning one of these competitions could be worth at least $1,000 in OneChain, if not much more. If OneChain goes to $10, then 500 tokens would be $5,000. If it should go to $100, well, then you hit the jackpot just by winning this once. Peanut butter volume and jelly surplus discount and jelly surplus. Mikey says, almost had it. Where do you think Juan goes this run? That is a fantastic question, and I wish I knew exactly the answer to it. But we can look at the charts and see. Well, first of all, let's look at here. Let's go max time frame. Let's put it on log scale. So right after it launched, the token launched here, it went all the way up to like really $10. Doesn't reflect it here on the charts, but it did hit just under $10. Then it only went to $2.40 here. And currently trading at a ridiculous price of 11 cents. So it's about 20x from its previous highs. Like 22x from here would take it to its previous highs. I think it goes in the $10 range, maybe higher is my best guess. And it's just a guess. Now, back when they launched, they talked about they were going to make it so different chains could talk to each other. And this was a really big thing because ETH was launching. A few other layer ones like Tron had caught a bunch of traction, and making these chains talk to each other was a really big innovative idea, and it caught a lot of traction and absolutely went crazy when it launched here. A lot of their stuff wasn't rolled out in 2021. So they got from the bottom, they were about 11 cents. It went all the way to $2.40. which was about a 22x up, which was nice, but not as high as people like me were expecting. All the way back down to really these previous lows. Yet now their X flows is rolled out. All this cross-chain stuff that they had talked is really rolled out, and the amount of stuff you can do with it and the simplicity of it is just exceptional. As well as their bridge is got massive levels of security that most bridges don't have. So their technology is in place this time for the run. So we'll see where it runs to. I can't say I know for sure. But I think $10, possibly much higher. All right, so next question is this. Definity is one of our partners, and Definity recently, one of Definity's partners received Best Cross-Border Payment Solution Singapore 2025. Which Definity partner was this? First answer wins. Chris, it's like you have the answer book, but you know, like everyone knows, like stay up to date on their Twitter. So he's probably not having to search. He takes the time to keep very updated on it because why wouldn't you? The awards are really good. So Chris got the answer first. Good job, Chris. You must be paying really close attention to their Twitter. So you'd have to scroll down a little bit to find where is it? Right here is where the answer is. Great to see our strategic partner getting so much deserved recognition for what they're building through our partnership. We're going to create a massive use case for the technology, facilitating cross-chain settlement of institutional crypto transactions. And you can see show more, but essentially this is something that they had tweeted out that Definity retweeted. We're proud to share that Kima Finance has been awarded the Best Cross-Border Payment Solution Singapore 2025 by Global Financial Markets Review. Congratulations, Chris. Hit me up on Telegram and I will get those sent to you. All right, now it is Friday. I want to go live because I want to address any questions you have. A lot of times people get so freaked out at times like this. This is not the only major freak out that we've had in the last 12 months. There have been 3 different periods just like this. You've forgotten about them now because they seem so important at the time, and later you see that the price then goes up, and you almost completely forget that those periods even happened. And yet here we go again, another one of those. What thoughts do you have? What concerns do you have? You got me for a few minutes to answer your questions. Mikey says, People's Republic of North Korea. I do not know what that's answering. We're talking about the country that spends the most on a designated hacking team to try to get all of your crypto. That would be the People's Republic of North Korea. And it's so funny that all these communist countries throw in like they're the People's Republic. Yeah, North Korea is not actually built to serve its people. I got my Rockstar Pure Zero here. I love these things. That's what I'm drinking. What do I think of the SUI ecosystem? I feel like it's one of the winners of this cycle in the ecosystem tokens. Very undervalued. Now, it has gotten tons of traction. Remember, don't buy high. I covered SUI that actually had a talk with one of the people associated with their team. Now, he's not actually on their team. He does some work for them. But they were sponsoring a bunch of KOLs, and he said that I could probably get approved and get access to a private round deal where I could buy an OTC deal and get it at about 70 cents. I turned him down because I just don't do blue chips. But if I did do blue chips, I would have been all over that deal. It was an amazing deal. I think SUI is going to be one of the blockchains that stays around for a very, very long time. But remember, don't chase green candles. This is when everyone was talking about SUI and wanting to buy it. When was it an amazing deal? Way back here. And I think the price was $1 at the time they made me the deal for 70 cents. And I was like, that's an incredible deal. I think SUI is going to do really well. I think the charts will take off at some point. I didn't know the charts were about to take off. And part of it might be because they made this deal with several influencers who were then talking about it all the time. And wouldn't you know, created a pump. But does SUI have amazing long-term capabilities? I think so. I think it's one of the major winners. Its market cap is 7.42 billion. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to 70 billion or 100 billion this bull market. But that is only 10x, 15x from here. I'm in things that are much riskier than SUI. If I was buying blue chips, I would definitely have some SUI. Now that we're at bear market lows in the bull market, are you lowering your expectations for portfolio sizes this run? No. I feel like a 50x, what I put in might be unrealistic, but a 50x from where it's at is now realistic. From what you put in, it depends on where your dollar cost average price is. But like I didn't get 100x on my Cardano from most of what I put in. Most of what I put in was, I put in a bunch of 11 cents, a bunch of 9 cents, 7 cents, 5 cents. And then I did like double my bag at 3 cents, which wasn't even the bottom. Went to 1.7 cents back in 2020. And so my dollar cost average was probably like 5 to 6 cents. And so when it ran to $3, that was not 100x for me. It was 100x on the last chunk of money I put in, but it wasn't 100x for me overall on what I put in. So it depends on what you have. And truthfully, we don't know how high things run from here, but I think some of your bags will vastly surprise you and some of your bags won't. So I can tell you my portfolio only 20x from what I'd put in, but at 100x from what my value was at the bottom. However, back then I was investing in meme coins, investing and gambling with meme coins and some other high risk projects that I don't touch those kind of projects now. I was still learning a lot of lessons. And I looked at what part of my bag really performed last time, what kind of holdings and what were the patterns of those holdings. And since 2022, I focused 100% on those. I really hadn't learned the lessons and solidified some of those final lessons till 2022. Some of the lessons I learned from the 2021 bull run. So from 2022 on, I focused 100% on really what maximized in 2021 and those types of projects. So I'd be surprised if it's only a 20x up from total that you put in, but it depends on what your dollar cost average prices are. Do you think the bottom is in on Pengu? They're a top 5 Solana NFT project I've been dollar cost averaging. They're an interesting one. I think Pengu, Pudgy Penguins, which then launched a token, and Pudgy Penguins did an amazing job with their NFT. Chart looks really good for Pengu. This is what I like to see. A lot of their tokens are in. Now, I don't love how high their market cap is, but they can go a heck of a lot higher from here. So a lot of their tokens are now in circulation. So not only have they been punished by being out of the narrative, massive numbers of tokens seem to be coming into circulation. So it is a hell of a lot better time to buy now than it was here. So buy low, sell high. Yes, this is low. Is the low end? Probably. Look at this nice rounded bottom. That's what you want to see. That doesn't mean it can't flip around and go cheaper. It may, and if it does, that's okay. But I think a lot of this is due to dilution of tokens coming into circulation. So their current circulating supply is 62 billion Pengu with a 88 billion total supply. But it doesn't tell us the max supply. So I'd be concerned that this isn't actually the max supply. So I would want to know that first. Am I in Pengu? No, not my type of project. It's a little bit too meme coin-ish for me. But I like that chart a lot. So good question. They're releasing the first Web3 gaming device, Sui Play 0x1. I think can spark some gaming hype in Sui gaming. Perhaps. Interesting Web3 gaming device. I wonder what that's like. I haven't seen anything on that, Mario C. So great question. I don't know. Okay. Devi's looking like a real promising project, covered well by you and the channel. Do you believe we'll see a run by midsummer? Will it take longer to develop? Speculation, of course. I can't say I know, Mikey. I don't know how the timing is going to work out. Let's look at the charts, see what we can gather there. Massive run up here, right? And they just did an announcement. And the announcement was an announcement that in the future there's going to be an announcement. So a lot of this stuff we knew as a community because of our interviews with Austin and Debbie, or interviews with Tom. And also we had a private interview for our Rainmaker Discord last Friday with Austin that many of you didn't get to hear if you're not in the private Discord chat. To join the private Discord chat, you have to join the Patreon. It will unlock Discord access for you so you can join the private Discord. And if you discontinue paying the Patreon, it will disconnect your access to the Discord. So Patreon is the gatekeeper, though I don't actually send out much stuff on Patreon itself. It's just the gatekeeper. The action's on the private Discord, and we do have behind the scenes interviews there sometimes, important ones. So hopefully you're already there. If you're not, you are missing out. It is $20 a month. What are you doing if you're not there? Now, in the future, I am not going to cover undervalued gems on the main channel like I do now. I made a promise to all of you through December 2025, so 4 years from when I started the channel, that I would run the channel this way, that I would cover undervalued gems that nobody is covering. I would talk about what's cheap. I would talk about these principles on it. So in the future, I'll still probably continue the YouTube channel, but I will speak more generally on the principles, and it will not be run the same way. However, if you're in the private Discord, you'll have access to private videos that the general public doesn't have access to, where we will continue to do interviews with undervalued projects, research on undervalued projects, covering what is dirt cheap. See, a lot of these things don't trend well on YouTube. When I cover massive undervalued gems that nobody's paying attention to, well, nobody is searching for the name of that project when nobody is paying attention to it. So my YouTube channel gets punished greatly in its growth. That's okay. The goal of this was to teach those that are willing to listen how to think like savage crypto investors. But I'm only promised through December of 2025, and we are almost there. So for now, I will continue to cover undervalued gems. Like, hopefully you paid attention to this channel a long time, and you heard about Debbie from me when it was in these amazingly low price gauges. And I said it shouldn't be this cheap. It was just getting punished by the bear market, combined with pre-sale investor token investing, which was pushing the prices down to prices it should never have hit. Then went all the way up to almost $2, came back down, hit, 53 cents the other day. It's bumped up, is trading at 71 cents right now, which is still a crazy price. And overall, their market cap is just ridiculously low, like ridiculously low. For a layer one blockchain that can do the kinds of speeds it can do, it's got a market cap of $63 million. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. Secondly, like, yeah, it is so drastically low from what it should be. Just is what it is. All right. Circulating supply on Devi right now is about 90 million Devi. Yeah, good things to come with Devi. It is looking really promising, Mikey. I don't know if it runs midsummer or if it takes longer, though. I wish I could tell. Charts, I don't know. This bullishness that just happened with it is interesting in that this real strong spike up. But as you've seen, really strong spike up here, and then it continued down. Or this might be a trend end. It might be ready to run the other way. I don't know. Great question for Paul, though, our next Wednesday, if you remember to ask it while we're live. All right, any other questions? Life is good, guys. Don't get too hung up on the intermediate stuff. Really, it's not time to sell till everyone is talking about crypto. Like, everyone will be super bullish. There will be lines of people waiting to load up in crypto, and that is when it's sell time, not this. We're not there yet. Still coming. All right. No further questions then. I've got the Rainmaker wrap for you all. This is just a fun way to reinforce these principles. Remember, overall, the market is down, and it's way down right now. The smart decisions made during this time when prices are at these crazy lows, they lead to life-changing results. All right. See y'all soon. Enjoy this wrap.
To the space, chasing all of the gains, chasing the pumps and all of the hype trains. But like in life, shit bad before you could. Was told to buy when it was pouring like a rainmaker should. I buy when it's down, don't chase the boats that I miss. Cause I always made the time in mind. I take the one out cause I'm patient like that. And I'll wait for the right time. I sell when it's high, I buy when it's low. They call me rich, they call me smart. I'm just a rainmaker running the show. Calculated investments, I don't leave with my heart. Principles are simple, to leave in a mark. Buy when it's boring, just gotta be smart. I sell when it's hype, like all the channels they pump it. That's when I was selling, got parabolic and dump it. They call me rich, they call me smart. I'm a rainmaker, making my own start. I'm with the future, learning the past. Makes the time fly by, years going so fast. The game plan is mine, I'll own it now. When I reach the top, haters asking me how. Cause I'm a rainmaker, investments I love. And I follow what I learn, not relying on luck. Time is never better, the time like the present. This next 5 years is a gift and it's feeling like heaven. I'm committed to learn, studying to know that nothing comes easy but with knowledge the game show. Sticking out this road cause soon will come a bear market. Learning and growing and when it's slow will be the target. They say it's come out, Bitcoin is dead. The massive decreases can get to your head. Sticking around, the time is better. I'm strong like that, I'll let the others be fretters. 2 years time the ball will bring back the gains. That makes it worth the effort cause here comes the rain. So let's go rainmakers, let's make it all happen. Let go with the hate, let the haters be cracking. I'm here for 5 years, let's do this together. The time is right, the time could be better. They call me rich, they call me smart. I'm a rainmaker, making my own start. I'm with the future, learning the past. Makes the time fly by, years going so fast. The game plan is mine, I'll own it now. When I reach the top, haters asking me how. Cause I'm a rainmaker, investments I love. And I follow what I learn, not relying on luck. Haters be hating, the time to slow down. Addressing what they say when I'm wearing my crown. They're chasing green candles like someone who was new. I got a vision that was bigger, helping me to push through. I'm still human and sometimes it is rough. And that's what makes me special, simply I stay tough. Cause I'm a rainmaker, investments I love. And I follow what I learn, not relying on luck.